Sup guys, Jojokun here. Today we are going to react to Penacony story explained. I think he's gonna touch on Firefly lore as well. So I just finished playing the Trailblazer mission for Penacony story part one. I have to say though, the positives, the production quality is really good. Like Penacony is so freaking beautiful, and also the characters in Penacony are so interesting. Like Sunday, Aventurine, my baby Robin, my sweet girl who's now dead, Firefly, Acheron, Black Swan, and of course my sweet Sparkle. So yeah, the characters are so good, they are so interesting. But the story left so many questions, and also uh, it left me with so many emotions, mainly sadness and anger. And I'm going to explain if the video touch on this. If the video does not touch on this, then I'll explain. I'll explain in during this video, along this video. So yeah, today I was afraid that I skip something in the story, while I play, in the middle of the puzzle or something like that. I skipped an NPC or anything like that. That caused me, some vital information about the story that caused me to have so many questions. So in order to help me explain what's going on in the Penacony, we have our guy Dawit, with this video. And shout out to Dawit, and go ahead guys and subscribe to Dawit, another Honkai Star Rail content creator. Awesome video. So let's go guys. Let's see the story. Let's understand together, and hopefully it can answer some of my lingering questions, guys. Let's go.
Well, Penacony certainly is fun. We got a
Yes.
good old murder mystery on our hands, fellas.
Awesome.
Even the overall vibe of Penacony really makes you want to throw on the fedora and long jacket, let the
Yeah.
jazz music take over, and when you sternly reject sex from the femme fatale, you utter
What?
but one sentence in your raspy voice you've acquired because you began smoking at the age of 2.
What?
The streets never sleep.
What are we talking about, guys?
Neither do I. Jokes aside, Penacony's first story quest starts off with a bang. Even three
Yep.
people die. That's gotta be a record.
No!
God
My baby
damn.
Firefly!
Firefly, Robin, and the Duke Infernal all apparently met their demise. We were
This is my problem, guys. This is my problem with this story part one. Like Firefly died. Arguably best girl Penacony so far. Sorry, Black Swan, but Firefly is the best girl for me. For the story so far. Only because Sparkle did not get enough watch time. By the way, I'm so angry about that. I mean, like Sparkle, so many cameos. So many cameos. Why just cameos, guys? Sparkle should be the main cast. Oh my god. Instead, we have Black Swan. No offense to Black Swan, but yeah, Sparkle should be the main cast, guys. So yeah, and also Robin died. What? I mean, when the news dropped that Robin died, at the very last moment of the story, I was like, who? What? What happened? Where did it happen? When did it happen? Where? When? Why? So many questions, guys. Like it dropped suddenly, but I mean, I am so into Robin. I mean, her appearance are so beautiful, and her voice is just so beautiful. I mean, did you listen to the song, guys? Oh, I definitely going to add that song to my playlist. Suddenly she's dead, bruh. At least with Firefly, although it's sad to see she gets stabbed just like that and died, at least there's someone. I know what happened, I know where it happened, and at least I know that I can direct my anger, I can direct my revenge on the culprit, right? But for Robin, like suddenly, like no build up, no whatever, and she died. Like what? Where? Oh man, yeah, I'm so angry about that. I mean, come on, bro. She deserves better. Robin definitely deserves better, bro. Come
introduced
on.
to yet another emanator after Herda, one
Yeah.
who brings death no less, who's taken up a false identity as a Galaxy Ranger. Everyone's after something known as the Watchmaker.
I was surprised slightly by Acheron's, Aventurine's reveal that Acheron is an emanator. I mean, like I know she's a Galaxy Ranger, which is a followers hunt. That leaves me with one more question: which emanator is she? Which Eon is she serving as an emanator for? Is it destruction? Is it finality? Is it hunt? So yeah, more questions.
And finally, the entire world of Penacony's dream is sinking into the deep sea, where monsters that herald death await, putting everyone in the dreamscape at risk. So a lot of fun questions, but once again, before we start to answer these, we must ensure that we are all on the same page. And given there was a whole lot of dream fuckery going on here, Let's just summarize, huh?
So many dreams, guys.
With us warp jumping to Penacony before something strange happens to the Trailblazer. We get visions of things yet to come, such as our
It's ironic that this story is about dreams, especially when you forgot your dreams when you turn into adult.
Acheron, Firefly with her hand over her chest, hurriedly moving somewhere, and Robin with a concerned look on her face. When we open our eyes, we are greeted by Acheron, who tells us we are currently in the border between reality and the memory zone, called a dreamscape. We happen to be lucky enough to share the same one as Acheron. However, given she referred to us as another one, we were not the first person to do so, but she never tells us who that is. Acheron guides us out, but before we leave, she asks us a question. If we have met her somewhere before.
You know what? When I encountered this moment with Acheron, when she asked me that question, I was like, Acheron looks like Raiden Mei. So previous game in Honkai Impact, Raiden Mei is best friend with Kiana, and Kiana is also the main protagonist of Honkai Impact. So did we remind her of Kiana? I mean, when she see us, did she imagine, like, did she remember Kiana, guys? Main protagonist of Honkai Star Rail, Maybe, different universe. Who knows? Different world.
Interestingly enough, the text goes red for this, and it's a theme with certain phrases she uses. However, it's different from when Kafka's text changes color, showing her. What are they? Her mind control powers?
Yes.
Acheron tells us her memory is abysmal.
What whisper? Soul whisper?
Who once crossed blades with her. She
Spirit
asks
whisper.
us a few more questions based on morality, each one laced with red, before she seemingly kills us in the dreamscape with tears in her eyes, sending us to the real world.
Tears in her eyes.
Penacony's hotel, we meet a bellboy named Misha who takes us inside. At the desk, we have some trouble checking in due to
I couldn't care less about Misha, by the way.
As opposed to
it's like, whatever.
A nameless when the family invited the Astral Express. It's here we meet Adventure Time, who's a senior manager at the IPC, Sunday, who's a representative for the family, and Robin, who is a universally renowned singer and Sunday's younger sister. It's worth pointing out.
Look at her, guys. Look at her, Robin. Robin, guys. And she finally dead just like that. I think you could understand my frustration. Like, at least build up her death, like just like what you did for Firefly, right? So yeah, I mean I fell in love with Robin on first sight, guys, here at this moment, and then now she's dead. Oh no, it's so sad, and I'm so angry.
In our meeting with Robin, both Welts and March 7th noticed her voice sounded off. Sunday, being a representative of the family, sorts out our situation and sends us off to our rooms. As Marge and the Trailblazer head off to check out the hotel, Himiko explains to Welt that there was more to the invitation they received than meets the eye. She reveals the invitation had another part that invited guests to find the legacy of the Watchmaker, and thus
imagine being the only one left out.
She also reveals that the invitation came in a music box that had off-key notes identical to the frequency of the warp jump used by the Express, to which Welt confirms is a distress call used exclusively by the Nameless. Then adds he picked up on strange
I forgot about this part.
Sunday, which suggested the possibility that the family weren't the ones who sent out the invites, and that there may be a third unknown party involved in all of this.
Yes.
When we finally get to our rooms, we see Aventurine waiting for us, where he asks us for help retrieving something in Penacony that belonged to the IPC first. He then tells us he wants our help because he somehow came to learn of the Stellaron placed in our body. Aventurine then does some black magic fuckery before Acheron Acheron shows up and asks us what we're all doing in her room. The magic trick,
I don't trust Aventurine, guys. I hate that guy.
What happens next is interesting. Depending on your dialogue,
kill Aventurine.
Interaction with Acheron,
give me back my Firefly.
Drastically. In one instance,
kill Sampo. Give me back my Robin.
Her room. However, in another, the text goes completely red, and she tells us she knew this wasn't her room, but rather saw Aventurine snooping around and intervened to ensure our safety. Regardless, the ending bit remains the same.
I rather spend time with Acheron than Adventure Time.
Before. She then tells us that we were but a flashing thought in a dream she had on her way here. And she introduces herself as Galaxy Ranger Acheron before eventually leaving. We then prepare to enter the dream worlds, but before we do, we see a scene of Dr. Ratio in Adventure Time that plays out, where we learn of the thing that Adventure Time
Mr. Ratio!
To the IPC is the entirety of Penacony itself, given it was once a prison run by the
Aventurine
IPC.
looks cool, though.
We awaken in the dreamscape.
He looks cool.
Ourselves in the
dream,
gallery
I
of
like
thoughts
it.
With Misha, who guides
but he's
us
a guy who
to
cares.
Golden Hour, one of the 12 dream worlds, one in which it's always 11:59 and tomorrow does not come. After crash landing, we run into Robin and Sunday once more, and Robin performs a Jedi mind trick to get us acclimated to the dreamscape. After walking around a bit, we find ourselves in front of an eyeball known as Dr. Edwards, whom, look, I'm finna be completely honest with y'all, I don't know what the fuck happened here. We were supposed to have like a dream recollection about the Eon Akabilly, but instead I just got like a horny ass Don and was going, oh, I'm guilty. Like 4 times.
True.
I don't know, bro.
What's the point of this, man?
We soon overhear a commotion and head out to investigate, where we see a girl surrounded by 2
Firefly.
officers. She then
my baby
on over to us, where we learn
my sweet Firefly,
because they believe her to be
who's
a
now
stowaway.
dead.
Then an extremely handsome man known as Gallagher, who's an officer from the Bloodhound family,
Gallagher,
tells the 2 lower-ranking officers
looking good, bro.
Fuck off. As a stowaway they were supposed to be looking for is
but you're a guy,
with
so
silver hair,
who cares?
not a girl with silver hair. It's weird. I'm pretty sure he was lying to save us, but I don't know. The girl introduces herself as Firefly and explains she's a local of Penacony. As thanks for saving us, she gives us an extremely convoluted tour of Golden Hour, but soon explained the reason she did this was due to the fact that a man has been following us. The man then approaches us, where it's revealed to be none other than our...
When Firefly described the man that followed us, like, her description is not like a local civilian. Her description is like, you know when a fighter, they evaluate, like an assassin evaluate another assassin, quiet steps, body straight. I don't know, I don't remember how, but her description is like a fighter, experienced fighter, describing another fighter. So this is where I first suspected that she's not like a normal girl. There's something off about her, because the way she describes Sampo.
Okay, Sampo Kowski, the greatest hustler this side of the multiverse.
And by the way, I suspected Sampo was Sparkle from the very beginning, because in Yellow 6, Sampo usually introduces himself as Sampo Kowski. But here in Penacony, for some weird reason, Sampo described himself as referred to himself as Sampo without the Kowski. So I was like, nah, this is not Sampo. This is probably Sparkle.
Well, the offers to give us the
and
rated
it turned out to be
tour
right
of Golden Hour compared to that rated G shit that Firefly gave us. However, when we try to enter the ever infamous Peppy Pepeshi salon, we in Firefly don't have the ID card, so they don't let us in. Sampo then has to do something else, but before we can do it, we first have to play an arcade game that turns us into a little gremlin named Hanu. After retrieving the treasure, Sampo leads us back to Dr. Edwards, where we enter another dream bubble in the underworld of Bellabog. There's a lot of trash can people.
Yeah, this did not make sense to me. It was like, what?
King, but became evil after the eternal freeze.
What type of nonsense is this?
That we become their new king, and
quote unquote Firefly
against the evil garbage king, who turned out to be none other than Sampo Kowski. However, Firefly cockblocks us, and we don't get to see how it ends. Sampo then tells us the dream was a metaphor for current day Penacony, and that we will find out the truth soon soon enough. He then warns us of Firefly, who had seemingly vanished, questioning how a local can be so uninformed about the area and wonders who she really is. When we find Firefly, who ran off, she apologizes and confirms she is indeed hiding things from us. Correcting her cover story, she tells us she is in fact not a local and that the Bloodhound family are after her for a reason. She then offers to take us to her secret base, but right after we are about to set off, we run into the mascot of Penacony, Clocky, who can only be seen by those who are kind, honest, and innocent. Notably,
I don't know, man.
Clocky, indicating she's none of those things. Clocky tells us his friend Misha is in trouble, and when he takes us to him, we see Misha and Acheron surrounded by a gang. Clocky gives us mind control powers that allow us to change the mood of people in the dream world. We use it on the gang leader, who then leaves. Misha, who can also
I want to make everyone sad, bro. Like everyone's crying.
Wondering, Acheron cannot see Clocky. Acheron then wishes us well on our date and heads off. Well, thank you, Acheron.
Yes.
We then head off to
we were on a date, man.
A fucking 8-year journey all the way to Narnia, this fucking bitches.
It was too long. I was like, what?
Firefly tells us the beauty of Golden Hour before she tells us she really is the stowaway. She says her hometown was destroyed, and since then
the
she
most
has become a refugee. She came to Penacony
beautiful
because
moment,
the harmony
man.
accepts all, but tells us she has a
this moment on top of the roof with Firefly is the most beautiful moment I had in Honkai Star Rail so far. You know, it was the most heart-wrenching, emotional moment, especially when like Firefly had this illness that would make her disappear one day, and the reason she's after the Watchmaker legacy is because she wants to try to fix it, so she can stay in the dream. So but I think the most important part that makes it so emotional is that awesome song by Robin, so yeah, that song, if you haven't heard it, then go ahead and search it on YouTube. Go ahead and add it to your playlist, guys. I'm sure I'm definitely gonna do that after this.
Wish she wants to achieve in the real world.
Beautiful moment.
She is suffering from a disease known as entropy loss syndrome, and honestly, it's a lot better if I just let her explain it. It's beautiful.
Entropy loss syndrome.
Look at the song, guys. Hear the song.
It's a strange
the
condition.
song.
Those suffering from it will experience an irreversible chronic
It
dissociation.
suits this moment really well, man. Oh man.
This means they will slowly fade away.
Oh.
And the process is barely noticeable to others.
So emotional, man. So sad. It makes me sad again. Oh no.
Everything.
I'm tearing up.
But then you'll start doing everything slightly slower.
Oh man. She's so cute.
And then even slower.
Look at that eyes, bro. I'm tearing up, bro.
The lines between your body and the entire world become blurry.
No. Come back to me, Firefly.
You won't be able to tell reality from dreams.
I am definitely summoning for you, baby
They've all
girl.
been shattered.
And Robin too. And Sparkle too.
So how can I possibly resist it?
Just come to the Express.
Can you imagine?
Come with me.
I can actually free myself from this icy medical cabin in this dream.
So beautiful.
I can forget about all the doctor's advice.
So beautiful.
I can listen and see and touch and think and understand whatever I want with my body.
Yep. Come on.
So although this world isn't real,
She's dead. I don't know, man. I'm so sad. I'm genuinely sad, guys. I love her.
Like this moment.
She then tells us that there are things she cannot reveal to us just yet, but that she is also one of the parties after the Watchmaker's legacy and hopes that won't make us enemies. We then take
you'll never be my enemy.
We get a text from Himiko that we should return to reality and meet up with everyone to discuss how things are going. As we make our way to ground level, we notice everyone has disappeared except for Sampo Koski. Funnily enough, Sampo expresses his disappointment in us for sticking by Firefly. However, he soon reveals himself to be not Sampo, but rather a girl who is capable of shapeshifting.
Yeah, my sweet Sparkle.
The real dreamscape. We awaken in another dream, but this one it's different. It's eerie. It's scary. And Firefly suspects it's the real Penacony Penacony and questions what the family is hiding. As we attempt to leave, we wind up trapped in a never-ending cycle of doors before a monster known as the Memory Zone meme, something unto death, reveals itself, causing a fight to break out. The fight comes to a close after
this fight is pretty awesome.
The monster and giving us a portal to wake up to reality.
It gave me a run for my money, guys.
Is a memo keeper for the Garden of Recollection and offered to help retrieve us after we went missing. We learn the shape-shifting girl is Sparkle, a masked fool who has infiltrated Penacony and
sweet Sparkle.
For a good time. The mysterious dreamscape she sent us.
You better correct your description of her. It's sweet Sparkle.
Penacony itself is a dream created by the family, whereas the real Penacony was what we experienced with Firefly in the place called the Memory Zone, also known as the Deep Sea. We then learn that the entirety of Penacony is falling into the Deep Sea, putting everyone in Penacony at risk. Well, fear arises that another entity is currently drawing external forces to destroy the family's control over
Sparkle is cute,
and that it most likely has something to do with the
I prefer cute than hot.
Himiko then adds that the one who is responsible for tampering with Penacony and the one who sent out the nameless distress signal
could be
are
the
most
same.
likely the same person. Well, later informs us he's been following up on reports of a man in silver armor in Penacony, which eventually led him to a message by Silverwolf in which he wants us to help uncover
this is
what
so
the family
cute
is hiding by having us go back into
like
the memory zone.
Silverwolves.
She also confirms that Sam
Playful.
is indeed on Penacony, but has a message urging the nameless
Cute.
not to fall behind. If you're wondering, fall behind on what? It's this.
The situation is clear. The planet of festivities isn't what it seems on the surface.
Yes.
Everyone's sights, including the factions in the family, are set on the Watchmaker's legacy.
It's a race, guys. The race is on. Who will get there first?
Each other. While we still don't know what this legacy entails, it's only a matter
Who
of
will
time
get there
before
first,
our
guys?
struggle is
Everybody with their own agenda.
We then ask Black Swan to help us and be our guide in the memory zone, to which she obliges. As we make our way into the dreamscape, we inexplicably run into Acheron, who seems more confused by the lack of service than anything else.
Her sense of direction sucks.
Memory zones. In red text, Acheron tells us she was working with the Bloodhound family to apprehend someone before she ended up here.
I think Acheron is like more... There's more to her than she lets on, guys.
Black Swan asks if she's
She is probably the most dishonest person here.
In front of a memo keeper. We team up with her and venture deeper into the
Even
memory
more
zone.
dishonest than
As the memory
adventuring.
zone proves to be more complicated than it appeared, Black Swan does some voodoo shit that allows her to see everything in the memory zone. She tells us she can see some members of the family, the other members of the Express, and somehow Firefly, who inexplicably made her way into the memory zone. She tells us Firefly is running from someone and that we must hurry. We eventually catch up with Firefly, where we have this touching reunion.
No, don't. Please don't. No, I cannot take this, guy. My heart. Acheron, draw your sword now. Stop. Stop. No. Stop. Stop. Oh. Oh, God.
Sorry.
Oh my god, guy, I cannot handle this. Who are you? I swear I'm going to rip you limb by limb. I swear it on my name, Jojokun. I blame you, Acheron. Why didn't you draw your sword? Why?
Following Firefly's apparent death, Acheron apologizes for not unsheathing her sword, while Black Swan informs Himiko what happened.
It's your fault!
Himiko tells Black Swan to take us back to reality, to which she says she will do. However, before we leave, Black Swan wants to investigate Firefly's case a little more through some remembrance shit that allows us to partially look at her footsteps and
what does it matter? She's gone.
As we follow in Firefly's footsteps, we notice it's
Bring
getting
her
increasingly
back.
hotter, and furthermore, we find a trail of charred remains. As we run into more of Firefly's memories, we learn she had a partner called Mecha, who seemingly betrayed her halfway through, causing her to flee. When we arrive once more at the place
Is
of her
Mecha
death,
the
we find
same
Mecha,
as
who's
Sam
the
guy?
Stellar Hunter Sam, waiting for us, who warns us to leave. We fight Sam, but before we can see the end, Black Swan whisks us away to Aventurine. One thing to keep in mind,
This
however,
fight
is in the
also almost wiped me out.
Fighting Sam,
It's so
although she's
awesome.
using her sword, you can actually see it's still in its scabbard. She really does not want to unsheath that sword. I wonder why. Well, Aventurine offers some insight and states that Acheron is actually an emanator who brings death
which
and
Aeon,
finality.
though?
Aventurine informs us that the
Finality,
Everflame Mansion
huh?
were the ones that received the invite by the family, but the Duke Inferno was killed by Acheron, who then swiped his invite.
Bro, I'm like, imagine watching the Everflame Myriad Celestia trailer, like where Do Inferno is like being a badass and the entire Annihilation gang, like Constance, Katarina, who else, Dubra, and that dude Akash. They're being like such a badass, and they didn't even get to Penacony. They get slaughtered by Acheron. I mean, like, bruh, so anticlimactic, bro. Like, yeah. Duke Inferno sucks. I mean, which villain who get assassinated before joining the fray, bro? Like, what the hell?
And showed up to
So
Penacony with the
lame.
music box. Black Swan then confirms
I hope Constance
everything
still alive, though.
Aventurine tells us.
I wanna
so
pull her.
We go with him once more, where he reveals to us that Robin is also dead. One final scene takes place,
Wow.
showing Sunday speaking with Robin. Sunday tells Sparkle to drop the act as he knows Robin is dead, to which he calls him a chicken wing boy and just leaves. Sunday speaks in riddles before addressing the Watchmaker, and the story comes to a close. So, I mean, it's a pretty fun story thus far. Lots of things to discuss.
Bro, I mean, like, who killed Robin? When did Robin die? Like, why did Robin die? How did that happen? How did Robin ended up in that place in the first place? It's like so many questions about Robin, guys. They need to expand on this. I am not satisfied. And one more thing, I am definitely going to take revenge on whoever killed Firefly. I'm going to tear them apart limb by limb. I'm going to give them the slowest death possible. The slowest death as humanly possible. I'm going to give them that torturous death, guys. I swear. I mean, like, ugh. Whoever killed my Firefly and my Robin, just you wait, bro. Just you wait.
Not really bothered by his sister's death is somehow the least of our concerns, but it may have been a little confusing. So I mean, I wanted to summarize it before we, make other videos talking about all the talking points. Well, Penacony.
So thank you, guys. I think that's all. So yeah, my thoughts on the story. It's really fun. It's too much puzzles though. I don't really like puzzles all that much. Like it's just filler, guys. Just an artificial way to lengthen the content. I don't like puzzles all that much. I mean, 1 or 2 is fine. I think like we encountered 22, 23. So it's like, what? This is overkill, man. There's such a thing as too much puzzles, guys. Yeah. So yeah, the story is good. The story is good. Quite confusing. I mean, it's understandable. It's only part 1. It's going to get resolved soon. So yeah. But we'll have to wait a few weeks before that. And yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I mean, I am still full of sadness and anger. So if you like this video, then leave a like. If you want more content like this on Honkai Star Rail reaction, then go ahead and turn the notification on and hit that subscribe button. I cannot talk today, guys, because I'm so sad and I'm so angry right now. So yeah, see you guys in the next video.